Story of plowing to pay debt. Once upon a time, there was a man named Chu Van Dyck who had a hard time doing business and had a famine at home, but had a gentle temperament, lived honestly, and was benevolent and virtuous. In the county, there was a rich man who often lent money to that person. Every year, he borrowed and paid back a lot. One year there was a bad harvest. That person couldn't pay the debt, and the rich man didn't even ask. A few years later that person died, the debt still remained. So when he was dying, he left his son. The debt has not been paid to anyone. This soul has fallen into the palace without peace. One night, the rich man had a dream and heard someone's voice speaking in his ear. Rebirth has not ended yet, and the body of an ox and a horse is replaced by 1,000 bamboos. When I woke up in the morning, I saw a calf with the words Van Dyck on its back. The calf grows bigger every day, wiser, docile, and very strong at plowing. Outsiders know the story. Everyone says, "What you eat is all, what you eat is all." When it's time to die, remember to be grateful. A few years ago, Van Dyck's 2 children grew up and did well thanks to God. One day while plowing in the field, I heard someone in a nearby field say to a buffalo, "Van Dyck. Van Dyck. Hurry up, walk quickly, otherwise it's already noon." When the 2 children heard their father's name, they were surprised and ran to the field to ask. The other person said, "Since birth, this buffalo has had the 2 words Van Dyck on its back. If you call it by its correct name like that, it will do it." When they returned, the 2 children rushed to the rich man's house to ask about it and expressed their desire to buy the buffalo. He said, "Before, Chu Van Dyck borrowed a debt from me and couldn't repay it, so I didn't ask for it. Maybe that's why you have to transform into this life to repay me. Over the past few years, we have worked hard and our family has been prosperous. If I repay the debt like that, I give it enough. So if you 2 are sons and want to buy them back, I will leave them to you." I returned the old contract and brought it back to reincarnate in peace for my father's soul. When the 2 children redeemed the buffalo and had just brought out the deed, it fell over and died. So it's been paid off. After having 2 children, the business grew every day and became rich. Everyone had a loving and precious belly. Seeing this story, people made the sentence into a proverb. People also add a song that says, "Live with meaning and benevolence. A virtuous tree has many buds. A virtuous person has many children. 3 squares are compared to 7 round. The father's life is virtuous. The child's life is rich." Listen to the story about plowing and paying debt. Thank you for joining us for today's fairy tale. We hope these stories bring joy and meaning to your day. If you love our channel, please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any exciting tales. Wishing you a good night and sweet dreams. See you in the next story.